Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Let's get into this trailer. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Tears of the Kingdom content.
Let's begin.
Let's begin.
Here we are in the land of Hyrule.
So first things first, we have horses back.
Like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild,
I never used horses in Breath of the Wild, so I don't know why I'm excited about this, but just to see something familiar, also in Hyrule, is so cool. So I love that they're using the same map as Breath of the Wild and just expanding it and adding more things to it. It's so cool.
there's a vast world to explore. Of course, it's not just the same world as is. It's changed in many ways.
Correct.
If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself.
Okay, I'm going to pause right here. We see this enemy and this enemy over here. Later in the video, you do see like Zonai constructs up on the Skylands. And this orange thing on these monsters' heads make it look like that, but it's also down on the ground. And I kind of interpreted the Skylands as being the only place where the Zonai constructs would show up. So I'm interested to see if that's what these are. But you kind of see this red coming out of the eye here too. So I think they are. I really do think they are.
When the game launches.
It's so
In
cool.
this game,
See a
the vast
stable?
world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky. You'll notice some
High into the sky. Okay, so we got the Skylands up here. This is the Dueling Peaks. These are the Dueling Peaks, I should say. And this is some sort of like energy portal type thing. It looks like a little volcano with an energy cloud around it, which is cool.
land masses floating up there. We call them Sky Islands.
Skylands. It's right there. Skylands.
Probably wondering something. How do you get to the
I need to reach my friend. Okay, so
island?
oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's a Korok! Oh my gosh, I've watched this trailer like 4 times now. I never saw that it's a Korok. It's a Korok with a big old backpack. Guys, it's so cute. He also says I need to reach my friend. Could that possibly be Hestu? Do you help the Koroks find Hestu in this one? Oh man, it's so cute. A little guy. Okay.
When they're so high up.
We got some kids, we got a dog, so things still are. Also, I really want to know what this is over here. We see another one at the end of the trailer, and it looks like something you can, like some sort of wall you can kind of hide behind. I don't know. To me, in my like parkour gymnastics brain, I see this as a wall I can run up and flip off of, but I doubt that's what Link's gonna do here. He could. We don't know.
If we take a look, oh, something's falling from the sky. Do you see it? I wonder what that is.
I do see it.
Let's head over to it.
So a couple things to touch on. This looks like some sort of weird creation attached onto the side of the Dueling Peaks. We got this thing falling from the sky, of course. We're gonna go touch on that. Also over here, we got this platform above what looks like some sort of camp. So I wonder if it's a goblin camp, but that'd be right next to the stable. So that'd be really interesting if it was. Either way, I'm excited to see what that could be.
We're almost at the spot where the object fell.
Still got climbing, still got stamina. That's hella cool.
Here.
Also, the shield and bow are so cool.
Okay.
I paused it at the wrong time, but you can kind of see the green and the orange of this bow. Green and orange are big color themes in this trailer, or in this gameplay. Especially up on the Zonai Island, the Skylands. So I wonder what that could be. Also, the eye on the back of the shield is intriguing, and you got like green arrows. Also, Link's fit. He's rocking the mullet. He's got his corrupted arm, and these sick-ass warrior sandals. In love.
Let's use one of Link's new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell,
Can rewind time.
it started rising.
It's so sick.
This power is known as recall, which rewinds an object's movement. Since I just used recall on the fallen rock, I can now rise into the sky. We're a lot closer to the Sky Islands.
Skylands.
Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them.
So, something about that. You can recall an item. You're basically reversing. You're sending an item back in time, essentially. So, I wonder if time travel or time mechanics are going to play into this at all. Obviously, the clock has been a thing in Breath of the Wild. So, I wonder if they're going to address any of that. We also have on the minimap here these numbers that are constantly changing. You gotta wonder if those are coordinates. Because this is 1561. That says negative 2057. And then 0564. I think those have to be coordinates. Paraglider is so sick.
There are a few other Sky Islands floating here too.
The arrows are cool. You get Link's like tattoos are sick.
I made it.
Also, they just don't mention what he lands on. That's definitely Zonai because of the dragons. Also, shout out to Zeltik. Zeltik is the only reason I know any lore whatsoever about Breath of the Wild. So if you're not subscribed to Zeltik on YouTube, please do. He's got some great lore videos on Zelda and everything else. Also, we got a dragon tail up here. You get to see the dragon more in the future, but I like the little tail. Oh, there he is. Oh, there's the big guy. Oh my gosh. I love that the dragons are back in this. The dragons are so beautiful and they're such a cool part of Breath of the Wild. I'm so happy they're in this again.
Lots of ways to reach the Sky Islands, so we hope you'll try a few different methods.
Lots of ways to reach the Sky Islands.
Okay.
You get to be creative.
Now we're on a slightly bigger Sky Island.
Also, at the end of that last
Just
scene,
like on the surface,
there was a thunderstorm on the other Sky Island. Right at the end here, when he rotates right,
try a few different methods.
that's a storm.
Okay.
That's
Now
cool.
we're on a slightly bigger Sky Island.
So we got specific weather on
Just
Sky
like on the
Islands too, it looks
surface,
like.
There are several man-made structures. Some trees are also growing here.
Cool
You won't
trees.
see many of those yellow trees on the surface, though. Let's walk around for a bit.
So it must be fall up here. We live in autumn Skyland.
There's a branch on the ground. When you find something like this, you should pick it up.
Cool
It might
branch.
come in handy later.
Also, sorry, I have to rewind. These yellow and blue
When you find
mushrooms.
something like
These yellow and blue mushrooms are so cool. So new food items are in the game. That's awesome.
this, you should pick it up. It might come in handy later. Let's continue.
Let's.
Oh, something's there.
Okay, we got this
This is a
construct
brand
thing
new
over
enemy
here.
called a construct. We'll fight it using
Again, going back to
the
Zeltik.
branch we just picked up.
Constructs. This, you will see, after it dies, it drops the thing called a Zonai charge. And the Zonai were like an ancient race that are hinted at in Breath of the Wild because of some of their dragon ruins and stuff. But this just confirms that like Zonai energy and the Zonai are like actually in this game, which is so cool. And also the eye reminds me of the eye on the shield and the eye that we'll see later. And I think that could just end up being like the symbol of the Zonai, which I really love. We also, the Zonai charge itself kind of reminds me of the ancient cores, which we'll see here in a sec.
The branch broke. Not good, not good. Quick, get another branch and we defeated it.
So right there, Zonai charge. It reminds me of an ancient core. So I wonder if the Zonai charges and Zonai parts are gonna be like the ancient parts from Breath of the Wild. Kind of makes me think like it really seems like they're going to be.
Moving on. We've now explored more of this Sky Island. As expected, fighting with just a branch won't get us very far.
This part's so cool.
Also, this
I'm so
branch is
excited.
almost broken. So here's another one of Link's new abilities. If we use this branch and the rock over here, and do this, look, we
Haha!
can stick them together. We created
It looks so
a makeshift hammer.
goofy.
This
Big
is
ol'
called a
hammer.
fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects.
Okay, when it goes on his back, it's freaking hilarious. The rock on the end of a stick. That's like, it looks so funny, especially with how big it is when he's holding it. Like, that's the funniest little weapon. It's so great.
Let's take on another construct with this fused weapon.
So it's got like a
We're
line
dealing
of sight
two of them at
thing.
once.
So that alarm. That alarm that they do, it gives you an opportunity to strike, one, and two, it must be alerting other constructs around to attack you, because they both started doing it, but the first one didn't, and the first one was alone. So I think when they're like near other constructs, they're gonna be alerting the other constructs, but when they're not, they'll just run at you. So it gives you a chance to attack them, which is great.
The weapon's attack has definitely improved. The other branch broke, but this weapon has much better durability. You can do
So we now know that fusing improves their weapons attack, but it also improves the durability. So it's going to make weapons last a lot longer, which I think is really good, especially for early game.
all sorts of things by experimenting with the fuse ability. You can fuse two weapons, for example. If we take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork, we can
It's so
create a
goofy.
weapon with
Long ass
a much
weapon.
longer attack range.
It makes me wonder if you can fuse multiple
With
things
this,
together
we don't
too.
have to get too close to enemies.
Like we already have this. Does that mean we could fuse two wooden sticks and then a pitchfork on the end to make just this massive spear? Also, what happens when you do your charged attack with this? I guess you're holding a spear, so it's probably just going to be the jab attacks. But imagine if you fuse like a tree branch and then a sword on top of it or whatever. Like, will you spin with like this super long weapon? Oh man, it just opens up so much possibility for this game and so much creativity, and I'm so excited. Also, another glimpse of the yellow and blue mushrooms over here.
And we can safely attack from a distance.
Nice.
You
The
can
energy
also
it explodes
fuse
with
arrows
is so
materials
awesome.
in your inventory. For instance, try fusing this leaf to an arrow. Fuse an ice elemental material
I like how it's like, try fusing this leaf, and then doesn't show you what the leaf does.
to an arrow, and you can freeze faraway enemies.
So obviously, this means you can create your own elemental arrows. With choo-choo jellies, probably with other things too. Electric key swings could probably make an electric arrow, a shock arrow if you will. Does that mean you'll still be able to find other arrows? Or does that mean you can only create elemental arrows? That's interesting to me. It also kind of adds a crafting mechanic to the game. So I wonder if there's going to be an actual like crafting, like building a weapon type thing. Like, will you be able to find tree branches and rocks and make arrows? Or is it going to be the same where you can only find weapons, but then you can fuse weapons together? That's another thing. I wonder if there will be like crafting table elements to it.
Very useful. In addition, let's see. Ah, there's a bird flying around.
Let's see.
If you're out hunting, you might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult. Apparently, my eyes can't track.
We got the
fast-moving
dragon up there
objects as of
again.
late, so my shots rarely land. So at times like these, here's an eyeball you
part's
can
so
get by
sick.
defeating monsters. Fuse it to an arrow and look, it homed in on the target.
We can make homing
Let's
arrows.
try this on another.
What? That's so cool. The fact that you can make homing arrows. I gotta pause to talk about this. The fact that you can make homing arrows also opens up so much possibility. Like, can you attach an eyeball to a stick and throw the stick and it'll home in? Can you... Oh, that would probably work with a spear? That would probably work with a spear. Look, this game isn't even out. We're only 6 minutes into a gameplay trailer, and I'm already, like, coming up with interesting things to do. Like, the fact that Nintendo saw everything that people did with Breath of the Wild, we're like, okay, you want to be creative? We'll give you all the tools, all the resources you need to be creative, Nintendo W. Like, oh, it's so sick.
It's very simple.
It is very
Depending on
simple,
what you
but
stick
so
together,
powerful.
The fuse ability could also be beneficial for hunting.
True.
I fused a mushroom to my shield. Now, you're probably wondering if this has any use.
Goofy.
Well, this mushroom is actually a puff shroom.
Come on. A puff shroom? A puff shroom? They had to know, right? But also this goofy ass mushroom shield is so great. I love it. And one more question. Are these, I don't think these are the same yellow and blue mushrooms that I pointed out earlier. Because it looks like, it looks different. The like hole in the middle, the other ones were domes. So either when you pick them, they turn into that, or this is just a different mushroom than we saw earlier. Either way, super cool.
Let's fight an enemy with this. I blocked with the shield.
So
Okay,
cool.
there's smoke now. The enemy's lost sight
Make
of
a
Link,
smoke bomb.
so attack.
Attack!
Even if you struggle with
Sneak
combat,
strikes are
you
still
can
in
take
it.
down enemies using
The smoke
similar
stays
methods.
out for a
In
while.
the previous game, you'd usually get powerful weapons by defeating strong enemies. But in this game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon. There are even more gameplay options for sticking things
So cool.
together. Let me demonstrate. Some of the Sky Islands even have rivers.
Skyland with a
We'll walk
river?
across this one,
That's so
but
sick.
Swimming across it, well, the river's too wide for that. We need a boat.
Wait.
Of course, the river's too wide for that.
Look at this track. So in the second trailer, they showed Link like riding down this track on what appeared to be like a skateboard or a snowboard. So I wonder if this is one of those tracks. It has to be, right? I also wonder if you can do other things with them. Like, can you roll like a fire barrel down them and then it explodes when it gets to the bottom? Or is it just a fun mode of transport? God, I'm so intrigued.
We need
I'm
a
so
boat.
excited for this.
Of course,
Can't say it
there isn't
enough.
anything that resembles a boat around here. So, we'll lift up this log and attach it to a second log.
We just straight up get telekinesis now.
Let's do one more. We'll
Magnesis
bring this
wasn't
over
enough.
Here and attach a third log. It's a makeshift raft.
Makeshift
This
draft.
is another new ability called Ultra Hand. Even though the logs are currently
I can't hear Ultra Hand and not think Ultra Lord. Shout out to Sheen.
attached, they can be detached. Let's modify the shape of the raft. You can always attach things or detach them like this.
Homie said raft? No. Speedboat.
Now, if we put this on the water, it's made of wood, so the buoyancy will keep it afloat.
Hella buoyant.
We've made a simplified version of a boat. However, it won't move in its current state, so we'll need something to propel it forward. There's something here. Let's try hitting it.
So funny to me.
Oh, wind.
There's something here.
It's
Let's
blowing
smack it. We can also see a little battery on
Why
this.
don't we try
And
attaching
when he
it?
turns it off, it starts recharging its battery. So it's basically like self-recharging, which is cool. We're gonna attach it there. I love the little energy goo mighty putty situation with Ultra Hand. That's so cool.
Okay, they're attached.
Nice.
All right, let's try moving the boat.
Now what's interesting about that is he hits the one propeller and both of them turn on at the same time. So I think with Ultra Hand, it just kind of makes things into a large like single working machine. So no matter how many like propellers or maybe there's other things you can add to stuff, if you hit any part of it, it turns on and all of them go, which I think is really cool. It makes like you're making actual machines, and that's so sick. Also, we gotta touch on some things on the mini map down here. One, this blue thing definitely looks like a shrine from the last game. Two, these caves There's check marks by these ones. I know you got check marks for chests next to inside shrines in the last game. So I wonder if each of these caves has like a chest you can grab, or maybe an enemy you can defeat. Because we've got check marks on 2 of them, but not over here. And then finally, we got a battery down here. So maybe these things can run out of power, or maybe you have to recharge your power, and you have to go to these battery stations. It's interesting. It also brings up the question, maybe like your ultra hand ability or the fuse abilities, maybe they need to be charged. And maybe that's what you use Zonai charges for. Or you might be able to cook foods like stamina restoring food in the first game. So it brings up so many questions that I'm so excited to explore when playing this game.
Hey, it's moving.
It's going.
It's sailing pretty fast with the wind from the fans.
Love it. Speedboat
Since we
vibes.
added 2 fans, we should be able to cross the river.
Alright, let's talk about this guy. Let's talk about this guy. Homie's got little hands. They're reaching out here, digging in the dirt. Also, he doesn't even turn and look at you when you run by, which makes me think it's not like an enemy monster. This is just a dude. Just a little guy living. And that's pretty cool that like all of the Zonai stuff aren't enemies.
Alright, we reached the other side.
Alright. Stambulb? What's that? Oh, is that leak looking thing? I think it might be.
In the most recent trailer, we showed scenes of Link riding
Goofy
a large
car.
car and a flying machine. Those vehicles actually aren't in the game from the start. Instead, you'll be able to freely craft them on your own.
Really
All
craft
sorts
it.
of objects come across in this game. And depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them. So, try crafting different things and explore this world at your leisure.
So again, the thing I said earlier about just hitting something and the entire machine turning on, homie just hit the stick, and because it's attached with the energy goo to all of this, all 4 of the propellers turned on at the same time. That's pretty sick.
There are even more new abilities. Take this building over here. Okay, watch this.
It's freaking portal,
I
dude.
passed right through the ceiling. This new ability is called Ascend. If you're in a place with a ceiling, you can go through to the floor above you.
So cool.
There are some restrictions, but what's great about this ability is that as long as there's a ceiling, you can use it anywhere. For example, this place has a cave with a hill right above it. If we use the ability...
So we got another one of those little guys in here. And you'll see when I play it, its hands are like in the dirt, and the dirt's like making little dust clouds. So I wonder if they gather things and you can like buy from them or take from them. It's interesting.
here,
There's a cooking pot.
come on.
I love that it looks like
Keep
he's
going.
swimming. That's so cool.
Okay, we emerged at the top of the hill. In the previous game,
We still got a temperature element. I think that's cool that that showed that. Also, you can see more of that track over here all the way down, and there's a minecart at the end. What is this? Oh, this like crystal ball looking thing. That's cool. Oh man, this is gonna be so fun.
you had to use stamina to climb a mountain. But in this game, if there's a mountain with a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up. Here's another
True.
example. Imagine you're stuck in a cage. If it's got a ceiling, you know what to do,
Warp
right?
through.
Exactly. Oh, there's another construct. It seems to be holding a strange weapon. Some enemies are
There's that
equipped with
siren
fused
again.
weapons, so
It doesn't look like there's any other constructs around. So maybe they do the siren always. It seems like it's to alert other enemies, but that guy didn't have any friends, so maybe they just automatically do it.
out a bit differently from the previous game. Ah, it blew me away with wind.
So even if you block it, it can still blow you away. And that's going to be cool for making your own weapons too. Like that looks just like a door on a stick. So I wonder if doors are movable and ultra handable. I don't know. It's just cool.
Looks like it's got some sort of fan.
You got stimella shrooms there.
Ah! I got pushed off! Oh well, let's just return to the surface.
Okay. Couple things here. One, they added Fortnite to Breath of the Wild. I love that. Two, I was a little bit worried about falling off the Sky Islands. Like, I was wondering if there was any consequence for that. Obviously, you have your paraglider, but it looks like the consequence is literally just going off the Sky Island and you have to find your way back up. But if there's travel points up here, like a shrine, then you can just fast travel back up. So that's pretty cool. Back to this. Back to the ground. This massive thing up here. It looks like the massive land drawings of that ancient civilization, which is pretty damn cool. This over here looks like some sort of play on a tower because it goes pretty high in the sky. And these are either like air currents, is probably what they are. They could look like they could be lights too, so that's interesting. There was some other stuff. Back here there was like a red circle when he first starts falling. Let's see if I can find what I'm talking about. Yeah, so this is like a red circle here. There's one over here too. So like, are those like portals of energy? Are those boss fights? Are those just cool looking trees? That's gonna be interesting to explore. So like, so much of this trailer shows so much. I love the river systems, the lake down here. Like, it shows such an evolved map and so much has been added. I'm in love. The water also looks beautiful.
Let's return to the surface.
Like, I thought the Breath of the Wild water was cool.
You can quickly descend from the sky to the surface like this.
This water is even more
It feels so
incredible.
good. In the
Okay, it shows a lot here. This energy coming out. It looks like it's up on a mountain. This could be Death Mountain. This could be how you enter, like, underground where Ganondorf is being held. I'm not sure what that could be. These are definitely like lights around these towers. So I wonder if the lights are just to signify, just to like signal to you that they're there, or I wonder if they have some sort of purpose. You get to see some other skylands. Some of them look like they could only fit like one building on them. And then obviously there's bigger ones, like he said, that Link was just on.
sky, you'll be able to look out across the land.
Okay, so that's Hyrule Castle. We got Hyrule Castle floating above. This looks like Malice. This is definitely Ganondorf's doing. So we got Hyrule Castle just floating in the sky. There's another look at a tower with the lights. Got a bridge and like a Colosseum type thing over here. This deep valley to this kind of mountainous region. Like, this is incredible. Oh, is this the Rito village? I think this is the Rito village because that looks like the rock that Vamedo perches on. Oh man, that's cool. Oh, I'm so
You can also
excited.
search for destinations that pique your interest.
Yes, you can. Wait, I feel like I missed something there.
You can also search for destinations that
Okay, some little sky islands and stuff. That's a little tower-like thing, like the ones on the ground. Maybe a bit smaller. That's cool.
pique your interest.
Man,
Once you've
this
chosen
is
your
so awesome.
destination, you can speed things up, like this.
Zoom. We get a look from above at that flying bird type thing. That's pretty cool.
Let's dive into this river.
Pterodactyl type monster. The water is
We're back on the
gorgeous.
surface.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so this pterodactyl type monster is holding a bokoblin. And you can also see in a second the bokoblin is holding a bow. One, I wonder if it can shoot you from there. Two, is this a symbiotic relationship? I'm not sure, but it's so cool. We also have this skull over here signifying a bokoblin camp. That's going to be exciting to explore. There's just so much to look at in this trailer. It's kind of overwhelming.
But let's leave it at that for now. What did you think?
I loved it.
Some of Link's new abilities were updated from the previous game.
It's so exciting.
I'm sure some of you watching me play were thinking, wait, if you could do that, then maybe you could do this too.
That part right there. Addressing how creative the fans are is so huge. And addressing like how much they did in Breath of the Wild and that they want you to do more and explore more and discover more in this game is so exciting. I love Nintendo for that. I love that they, one, I understand why it took 6 years to make now. And two, I love that they really said like, we're gonna let you be you. Like, it's so cool.
In this game, you can do a lot of things just by thinking about what's even possible.
True. Use your
There's still a
imagination,
lot
be
of new
creative.
gameplay, mysteries, and encounters we couldn't show today, but they're all jam-packed into this unfamiliar Hyrule, and we hope you'll use your imagination to explore it. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
So excited. And he's wrong. That's not all for today. Because they reveal something so cool at the end of this. So tempting to my wallet. Let's see it. Oh my gosh. So we get a first look at the Joy-Con. This shiny gold trim is beautiful. The other one, the all gold with the green accents, incredible. The dock is freaking gorgeous. Oh my god, look at this Switch. So the first thing I want to talk about here are these little symbols down at the bottom. They have the same eyes that are on the back of the shield and seem to be on the construct enemies. And because of the Zonai charge that falls from the construct enemies, it really makes me think that these could be like the symbol of the Zonai, kind of like the Sheikah eye or the symbol of the Sheikah. So I love to look at that. But let's just admire how beautiful this OLED is. Also, while we're admiring, let's look at this scene from the last trailer. This has got to be a fused weapon, right? Like, I wonder if there's an enemy with this thing as like a cannon arm to shoot you, and when you kill it, if it drops it, and then you can fuse it to a stick. I don't know, but it looks so kind of goofy with this big honking cannon on the end of this skinny ass stick that it has to be a fusion weapon, right? It also fires this like energy fireball. Absolutely incredible. We also still have Talus. This is a Luminous Talus, which is awesome. I love that little sneak peek. So it looks like all of the same enemies are going to be in this, and just upgraded versions of them are too, as well as constructs and new enemies. It expands so much of what we want to expand it in this game, and I'm so happy. Yeah. The Joy-Cons are so pretty. The dock is incredible. I'm amazed. Like, truly amazed by this. Oh my gosh. Also, that Pro Controller, the black and white. Oh my god. Fantastic. The carrying case is super cool too. Man, there's so much to talk about in this. Literally so much to talk about. I'm so excited to be creative in this game. I'm excited for the speedrun possibilities and to really get in on the ground floor of speedrunning this game. That's going to be amazing. And just to explore everything in this game, to finally 100% a game, to a game like this. I never 100%ed Breath of the Wild, even though I have so many hours in it. I'm gonna 100% this game. And I'm gonna play through it so freaking much. So please, subscribe to the channel if you liked this video. I have a lot of Breath of the Wild content on here right now. I have a tutorial on how to beat Breath of the Wild before Tears of the Kingdom comes out, coming out later this week. Also, there's going to be so much Tears of the Kingdom coming. Tears of the Kingdom content coming on this channel. So please, if you like this video, if you want to see more, if you want to see some creative videos, subscribe. Like this video if you liked it. Comment what your favorite part of the gameplay was and what you're most excited about in this game. God, I'm excited about everything. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/AnkyPNW. 2 days after release, so May 14th, I will be getting my hands on that game, and I will be starting a stream and playing it through till I finish the game. And I really hope to have you there. I'm so excited for that. I'm excited for the game. I'm excited for everything to come. So thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again soon, and I hope you have an amazing day. Peace.